Hey, welcome back to Cosmic Moon Tarot. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. So this video is going to be a Liquor Stone video. What I'm going to be trying to see is what sign you're most likely going to end up being. Okay. Um, so I do have three stones here. I will show you all three of the stones so that you can have some time to figure out which one you're most drawn to. If you need more time to select your stone, please feel free to just pause the video. And of course, I will also put the timestamps below so that you can jump right into it. So let's go ahead and get started. This is stone one. This is stone two. And this is stone three. So those of you that have chosen stone one, let's see what sign. You guys got Taurus. Can you see that? Let's see. Yeah, so you got Taurus, okay? So the majority of you are probably going to end up being with the Taurus, okay, in the future. That's also got Venus, okay? So this kind of like is a re-signification from spirit that a lot of you are very destined to end up being with Taurus that have chosen stone one. However, Venus does also rule over the planet of Libra. So it's possible that some of you that have chosen stone one will possibly end up with a Libra, okay? Um, so those are the two signs that I am seeing that you guys can end up being with, the ones that are going to be Venus ruled. I feel like this is definitely saying that it's more than likely going to be a Taurus for most people, but some of you guys will probably end up being with Libras. And it looks like the nature of you guys getting together in this relationship is going to be surrounded by things that are eighth house related, okay? What I see that as meaning is that I feel like it could be like a life or death situation that brings you guys together. It could be, working some kind of way to get and obtain power together. Or it could also be like one of you guys goes through a major change, a major transformation in your life, and this brings you guys together. Okay, so I can see, like I said, some type of life or death, major situation happening, and that bringing the two of you together. You guys being in a position where you're trying to get power, okay, and maybe you guys come across each other on that path of trying to obtain power, and that's how you come together. Or a major change, okay, a major transformation, something majorly transforming about yourselves, some type of major transformation that you go through in your life can end up bringing you together with this person. Another thing that the eighth house energy could signify will bring you guys together would be something having to do with like the mysteries or the secrets of life, like things that are occult, like okay, things that are hidden underneath the surface, not something that the everyday Joe Smo is going to be into, these type of spiritual things, occult like things could be something that you guys end up bonding and coming together and forming this relationship with. Let's see. This card is going to signify what could be a source of contention between you guys, like what could be a problem, a potential problem in your relationship that you want to be on the lookout for. You guys do have the Goddess of Swords card here, okay? So the Goddess of Swords is pretty much no nonsense, okay? So I feel like not being lighthearted enough, okay, could be a source of a problem in your relationship. I also feel like you guys, using your head more than your heart, okay, trying to be more logical instead of trying to, act off of emotions, okay, and follow your heart, like you're just trying to think everything through and analyze everything, okay. And then also she has this sword, okay, she uses this sword to kind of cut through bullshit, and she's very blunt. So I feel like a lot of you guys have the tendency to speak your mind and to do so sometimes in a very blunt or harsh way. So I do feel like, when it comes to this relationship with this Taurus or this Libra, you want to speak your mind for sure, but speak it from a place of love. Always make sure that when you're speaking your heart to this person, that you are speaking to them from a place of love, and not just trying to, cut them down with your words, or, just being your usual blunt self like you maybe would do with somebody that's off the streets that you don't have this kind of love connection with, okay? You want to consider their feelings, but also be honest at the same time, which can definitely be done. There's a saying that goes, it's not what you say, but how you say it, okay? So I feel like that's going to be a major theme for you guys in this relationship. Making sure that it doesn't become a problem is looking at not what you say, but how you say it to this person. And like I said in the beginning, also just kind of acting from a place that comes from your heart, not so much being in your head all the time and think what's the most logical or practical way of doing something with the person, but just following your emotions and acting out of love, okay? Those can be things that could be a problem for you guys, so you definitely want to watch out for those things and be mindful of those things in your relationship. Now, the thing that you need to know most about the relationship in order for it to work is this, okay? So what this card tells me, since it's my cameo card, but it's basically a shadow of a person, okay, that's not bringing their whole self to the relationship. So I feel like, you both definitely want to make sure that you work on your self-esteem, okay, and you practice affirmations, whatever it is that you have to do as an individual to make sure that you're bringing your full self, that you're bringing your full confident self to the relationship. You're not holding on to any doubts or anything that, failures or anything from your past relationships or just in your past in general that kind of makes you feel down about yourself. You want to release those things so that you don't bring that energy into your relationship and it doesn't end up manifesting in some kind of way in the relationship with this Taurus and this Libra, for those of you that have chosen stone 1. All right, so that is what I got for those of you that have chosen stone 1. That is the zodiac signs that you probably most likely to end up with. I do hope that has helped you in some type of way. Please feel free to comment down below. Let me know what you think. I'm going to move on to stone 2. All right, so this is stone 2. All right, stone 2. So let's see what sign you guys are most likely going to end up being. Ooh, stone 2. You guys got Gemini, okay? See that? So you're most likely going to end up with someone that is a Gemini, okay? Definitely someone that you're going to have a lot of communication with, and I feel like there'll be like a lot of creative energy between the two of you guys. Let's see. You also got the planet Jupiter, okay? So Jupiter does rule over Sagittarius. It's also said to be the ruler, I believe, of Pisces. I know for sure Sagittarius. So yeah, it's Pisces also. So you guys that have chosen stone 2, you could end up being with someone that is a Gemini, is a Sagittarius, or is a Pisces, or they could just have combinations of these energies heavily present throughout their birth chart, okay? But these are the 3 major signs that, you guys will probably end up being with. All right, so let's see in what kind of way will this relationship probably manifest. Wow. So those of you that chose stone 2, you have 3rd house energy here, okay? With this house coming out, I do believe that the majority of you guys are probably going to end up being with a Gemini, okay? There are some of you guys that will end up being with that Sagittarius or that Jupiter, that Sagittarius or that Pisces with this Jupiter energy that's coming through. But because you got a sign in the house that the sign, falls in astrology, this does give you a strong indication that most of you will probably end up being with a Gemini, okay? Now, I pulled this card to see what way would the relationship form. So this will apply to the people that will end up being with, a Pisces or a Sag or a Gemini. And I feel like the way that you guys' ideas, or excuse me, you guys' relationship would come together, ideally is going to be based off you sharing communication with each other. It's going to be based off you guys exchanging ideas with each other through this communication, okay? It's going to be based off possibly some of you taking short-term trips, okay? It doesn't have to be some long, drawn-out vacation. You might just be going to the next city over or something to meet this person, okay? I feel like the person that you meet might end up being somebody that is like a connection that you make, and by making this connection, they help you kind of get some idea of yours rolling, and then the two of you guys end up forming a romantic relationship based off of that, okay? So yeah, that is how I see these relationships possibly forming with this Gemini, Sagittarius, or Pisces for those of you that have chosen stone 2. Now, let's look and see what could possibly be a source of contention or a major source of problems in this relationship. Okay, so those of you that have chosen stone 2, you do have the Five of Swords. Okay, so the Five of Swords, it is, failure, defeats. Okay, so what that leads me to feel like and believe, is that in your relationship, you guys definitely have to look out for how you deal with conflict and how you deal with tension. Okay, and the way that you guys deal with conflict and tension between each other, I feel that it does very much need to be, with this third house energy where it's very communicative, it's very open, it's very expressive, and not like don't let grudges build up between you guys. Okay, don't let tension and conflict make you feel like you're defeated in your relationship. Use the times that you have conflict and tension between each other as a opportunity for growth. Okay, an opportunity to grow together in a relationship and expand how you guys communicate with each other so that it can bring you closer together. So you just want to watch out for that, so that realize every relationship has its ups and downs. You're going to have conflict and you're going to have tension, but the way that you deal with that conflict and the way that you deal with that tension, speaks a lot about what kind of partnership, what kind of relationship you guys really have and how strong it really is. Okay, so don't let the energy that comes along with tension and conflict overshadow the entire relationship. You guys have to figure out how to truly be able to communicate and to grow and build upon conflict and tension and use those things as stepping stones in your relationships so that you can get stronger and get closer together, not divided. Okay. Now, for those of you that have chosen stone 2, this card speaks to the best way for you guys to kind of make the relationship work or to have a successful relationship. This speaks to basically being open to allowing, impartial, unbiased third party energies kind of give you guidance at certain times. So that could be a spiritual advisor. Okay. That could just be a counselor. Okay. It could be, a older ancestral type of person like that, an older person, an older, wiser person that is not going to really just take your side. That older person that that they're not going to just take, they may be your auntie or whatever, but they're not going to just take your side because you're their niece or their nephew or whatever. They're going to give it to you real. They're going to tell you what's right, not just agree with you because they're close to you. So they don't have a bias just because you're related to them. Okay, there's a lot of different people that can embody that type of unbiased third party energy and can kind of like help give you guys guidance and advice along your path. So I do feel like you definitely want to be open to going to that counselor, going to that spiritual advisor, going to that ancestor that you can trust, and like allowing them to kind of help guide you guys through some of the tough times. If you try to keep everything between the two of you and just go off of each other, then you may end up letting this tension and conflict defeat you guys sometimes and not being able to see the forest for the trees type of thing. Okay. All right. So that's for those of you that have chosen stone 2. I do hope that reading helped you guys. Please feel free to comment down below and let me know what you think. Then go ahead and move on to those that have chosen stone 3. All right. So this is stone 3, guys. So those of you that chosen stone 3, let's see what sign you're more than likely going to end up in a relationship with. Ooh, you guys got Leo. Okay, so most of you guys are probably going to end up in a relationship with a Leo. Somebody that is very self-confident. Okay, someone that's very much a leader. Someone that's very creative. Let's see. And you guys also got South Node. So this is kind of something that would be it would the other sign that you can end up being with is going to be different for every person that gets stone 3. The reason why is because everyone generally has a different South Node. If you don't know what a South Node is, go on Google and Google South Node, North Node calculator. You will need to know your birthday, I believe your birth time and where you were born at. But it'll tell you what your South Node is, okay? Or it'll tell with your North Node, and then your North Node is going to be the exact opposite of that. Anyways, go do that information and research it. And if you really want to know, what the other sign is that you may possibly end up being with, then you go look it up, and you'll find out. So it's going to be a Leo, or it's going to be whatever your South Node sign is who you guys will probably end up being with. Now, let's see how you guys will end up being with this South Node sign or this Leo. Ooh, guys, so you got seventh house energy, okay? So I feel like the way that you're going to end up being with this person is going to be in a very fair and balanced way, okay? The seventh house is it's the relationship house, okay? So I do feel like it'll be a fair and balanced way that you end up being with the person. For some of you guys, this can possibly speak to you being with somebody that has is either a Libra or has heavy Libra energy in their chart, because Libra is, the sign for the seventh house. But for the most part of you guys are going to end up being with somebody that is just willing to cooperate with you. Okay, you're going to meet this person and be like, damn, I never met anybody that was willing to go out of their way to meet me halfway. Okay, was willing to go out of their way to, like, give a equal exchange of energy to the relationship and keep things balanced. They're not trying to take too much, and they're not trying to give too much, and they're always going to be trying to cooperate with you. Okay, and make sure that things are fair in the relationship and that both of y'all's needs are getting met. Okay, so this is how you're going to end up falling for this Leo, falling for this South Node person, or falling for this Libra, is because you're going to be taken by how fair they try to treat you and how much they try to cooperate with you and actually show you what it means to truly be a partner in a relationship. Okay, that's very beautiful for those of you that have chosen Stone 3. So for those of you that have chosen Stone 3, what could possibly end up being a source of contention or a problem in your relationship? Okay, you do have the Five of Wands. So disagreements, okay, could end up being something that is a major problem in your relationship. The Five of Wands can also speak to, like, going through tests. I feel like emotional tests and disagreements, okay? So emotional tests and disagreements can end up being the thing that breaks your relationship down if you guys don't figure out how to get past these things and not let them kind of take over and control the outcome of your relationship. Okay, everyone goes through tests in their relationship. That the relationship is going to have to get tested in order for you guys to continue graduating the relationship to another level. Okay, so in order for you to get closer and to go to the next level in your relationship, you're going to be tested. The universe is going to test you guys. It's going to test your mind. It's going to test, how much you guys can take, how much disagreement you guys can go through, and being able to see how much you guys can figure out how to communicate with each other and find that balance between communicating and between moving forward with things. Okay, so this is something that you definitely want to be on the lookout for and be aware of when you meet this person and you get to this relationship with this Leo or this South Node sign that you're going to be with, or this potential Libra that you're going to be with, for those who have chosen Stone 3. Yeah, as fast as I'm talking, I talk fast generally, but I do feel like you guys are going to have to learn how to kind of slow down in this relationship and, like, just not let these disagreements and everything just kind of make you rush to ending their relationship. You don't want to jump and rush and end it prematurely, okay? Just because you have a disagreement, just because you go through a test, that doesn't mean, oh, it's over, I'm not putting up with this, that, blah, blah, blah. Like, no, slow down. Try to work things out. Don't just run and hurry up and jump and try to end everything fast because you have a disagreement or you guys go through some kind of test that is not pleasant together. Okay? All right. So for those of you that chosen Stone 3, this card is going to represent the best way for you guys to make your relationship work. So this is the goddess Sedna. Okay? Sedna is a very powerful goddess, and I feel like the message that she has given to you all that have chosen Stone 3 is that in order for you to be able to make your relationship work, is you are going to have to do your shadow work. What that means is that anything that is a source of deep pain for you, that is a source of deep trauma for you, that you've kind of pushed down under the surface, maybe you don't talk about it much, maybe you don't think about it much, you kind of like, buried it deep. You're going to have to dig that stuff up and deal with it, guys. You're going to have to heal. You're going to have to work on yourself, okay? You're going to have to, get over these things, and not only just get over them by pushing them down, but you're going to have to actually release them and heal from these things once and for all. So I feel like this relationship that you guys are going to get into is going to require you to do that so that you can bring your whole self, not just part of yourself or the part of yourself that's not wounded, to this relationship. Okay. So this, that is for those of you that have chosen stone 3. Um, that is who you are most likely going to end up with as far as zodiac signs go. I do hope that this really helped you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to another video. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, peace and prosperity to you guys.